So one of the biggest scandals that erupted into Starmer's term in office has been Giftgate. So for those who don't know, what this was a whole big kerfuffle over the fact that a Labour peer, Lord Wahid Ali, had been plying Starmer and people in the Labour cabinet and Starmer's wife with gifts, access to his penthouse, parties, tickets to sporting and to music events, dresses, glasses, suits, loads of stuff had essentially been paid for Keir Starmer, his wife, and the Labour cabinet on Lord Wahid Ali's dime. Now, he was somebody who was high up at ASOS. It's where he made a lot of his money. He's a very, very, very wealthy man. He's a multi-millionaire who was put into the House of Lords during the Blair administration. And so he's very, very close to the top brass in the Labour Party. Now, at this point, everyone knows that there is lots of money in politics in this country. There's lots of money in politics. Basically, every single party is bought out, apart from the Green Party, basically, at this point. And during the Corbyn era, that was one period where Labour wasn't really sold out to the super rich and taking donations from them. But since Keir Starmer and Morgan McSweeney's project to take over the Labour Party, they have been at the mercy and at the behest of some incredibly rich people. Martin Taylor, Lord Clive Hollick, Lord Sainsbury, and now, of course, we heard about Wahid Ali from the scandal around Giftgate. The central question people were always talking about during Giftgate was, what are they getting in return? People don't just give away their money, especially not rich people who have made their money through taking money away from people, not giving money to people. Philanthropy is not a money spinner. It's a way of absolving yourself from having spun money previously, right? So when people spend this money for political purposes, anyone who's watching this knows that there's got to be something in return. And for the entirety of the Giftgate scandal, Labour politicians kept telling us there's nothing in return. He just really cares about getting Labour elected. Peer Lord Wahid Ali does. He just cares about the Labour Party and he wants to see us do well. We need Keir Starmer to look nice with good glasses and a good suit, and his wife needs a lovely little dress. There was no political influence here. There was nothing untoward happening. All it is just the fact that, according to West Streeting, it's like a charity that people want to contribute to politics. And there's nothing wrong with rich people donating to politics just because they're being philanthropic and taking an interest in the UK political system. And on top of that, all of the liberal Starmerites, all the Starmer apologists, all the Labour supporters, they were crowing at any amount of criticism of this, saying, no, how dare you besmirch Keir Starmer and the Labour Party, saying that they might be in hock to the interests of the super rich, that they might have been bought out, they might be compromised. How dare you besmirch these people's reputations? These are upstanding politicians. Keir Starmer is a good, decent man. He would never be swayed on anything because a rich man was donating. And this is a rich Labour Party peer, and Labour are the good team. So not only are there House of Commons politicians fine upstanding members of society, so are their appointees to the House of Lords. How dare you say that red team billionaire, red team multimillionaire might be doing things for untoward reasons to gain political influence? And then, of course, we found out that Wahid Ali had miraculously been given a number 10 pass that regular members of the public don't usually get. And that became a whole scandal. And the Liberals said, no, he just needed it to be able to get access to government because he's an important business figure and they might need his advice on something. There's nothing untoward about this Labour peer who's bought loads and loads and loads of freebies for the cabinet, including allowing Keir Starmer's family to use his penthouse, not just for his son to do his GCSE revision, but also to do public addresses that they then put up on the internet. No, there's nothing untoward here. He just cares about Labour, and the number 10 pass, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Nothing untoward, nothing corrupt happening in the background whatsoever. Would you be surprised to find out, chat, that the Liberals are full of fucking shit? Would you be surprised to find out that the Liberals are the most politically incurious dullards? They are pedestrians of the highest order, because this got broken today by Patrick Maguire of The Times. Lord Ali blocked a plan by Angela Rayner to ban foreign cash from British politics. She had to scrap a December 2023 announcement with Gordon Brown at Chatham House. We obtained papers for that policy, which would have stopped the Must donations. So one thing that's really important about the foreign donations discourse is that Elon Musk is lined up to donate a lot of money to Reform UK. Just the insurgent fascist party might be backed by the richest man in the world. So that's really dangerous for politics, for foreign billionaires, almost trillionaires, to have huge amounts of influence in terms of the people that they might be able to get elected in politics to the tune of the biggest donation in UK political history. And Lord Wahid Ali, who we were constantly told by liberal morons He was not influencing policy at all. There was nothing untoward happening with Lord Wahid Ali giving money to Keir Starmer to buy dresses for his wife. No, there was nothing at all. And yet, here we have, plain as day, that he was directly influencing what policies would and wouldn't happen, and he had this influence because he had all of the fucking money. It's as simple as that. He is using money and connections to buy political influence. This is corruption. This is what corruption is. You cannot critique Elon Musk donating money to Reform UK if you cannot in any way condemn the idea that a rich Labour peer who is member of the bourgeois, like he is somebody who has made money off of surplus value generated by workers that he employed, and using those ill-gotten gains to influence policy to stop a law that might be able to curb foreign people donating money to political parties and helping contravene our democracy. I just hope the Liberals will just learn eventually. Well, of course they won't, because the biggest characteristic of a Liberal is that they never fucking learn. But that this is what will happen if you allow rich people to influence your team because you think they're the good guys. Because your single heuristic for deciding whether a political donation is good or bad is whether or not it's to the blue team or the red team. Zero systemic analysis of what might be going on behind the scenes that would cause rich people to donate to the Labour Party. This is after, of course, that the Liberals completely ignored £4 million worth of quadrature capital donating to the Labour Party, a hedge fund in the Cayman Islands, which avoids UK tax purposes by being situated there, who then had a climate envoy appointed to the UK government's climate committee after getting this £4 million donation that was specifically timed so that it wouldn't be found out until after the election. Not only the millions from Lord Sainsbury as well, and also the £700,000 that was donated to Labour Together by multiple bourgeois members of society, like bankers, hedge fund managers, Israeli lobbyists, to go and try and usurp the Labour leadership for the interests of capital. They will not, because they are credulous simpletons, they will not bother trying to dig into any of the reasons why this might have happened. And on top of this, what I will say on top of this too, this was in 2023 this happened. Patrick Maguire's talking about 2023. Interestingly, this is about his book that he's trying to flog, called Get In, which is the story of how Keir Starmer managed to become Prime Minister. And this is from 2023. Maybe, Patrick, do you and Gabriel Pogrund think it might have been worth discussing at any point before the election? Or do you only sit on the stories until that it's the best time to release it for you to sell your fucking book? Because if you're not doing things when it's politically relevant and you're waiting until it's best for you to make money from your book sales, you're not a journalist. You're not somebody who's holding power to account. You're a court jester providing little funny Westminster gossip politics. It's just the same as when Laura Kuenssberg, after the election, said that she was told by people from Labour Together they were going to destroy Jeremy Corbyn when he was leader of the Labour Party. She was told this in 2016 after he had won the leadership election. And she sat on it for 8 fucking years because it was no relevance to the British establishment and their media fucking sycophants to undermine people who might take down Jeremy Corbyn, because the one thing that they will not stand for is left-wing politics in this country. But I hope you're happy, Liberals. I hope you enjoy your Fell For It Again award, just constantly having your wallet inspected by the people at the top of the Labour Party pretending to be progressive. And you say, no, they'll be more left-wing in power, more right-wing in power. Oh no, they'll be much cleaner than the Conservatives. Same donors, same corruption, same links to the super rich who then have influence on policy and get to dictate it from the sidelines in lieu of actually being done by Labour members. Like, you're idiots. Like, I'm sorry, you're just idiots. You're politically credulous idiots. And they will never learn. Like, if you're somebody who has come to re-rationalise your thoughts about Labour since the election, welcome. I'm glad you've come into the fold. I'm glad you've realised just how much of a scumbag Keir Starmer really is, and the people who he is friends with at the top of the Labour Party from the Labour right, that they're just scumbags of the highest order. I welcome you in, and I will always appreciate a heel turn. But if you're somebody who's still digging in your heels, even when, like, the most obvious levels of political influence of the super rich can be shown to you in minute detail, then I'm sorry, you're unsalvageable. You're unsalvageable. Hey there, if you enjoyed the video, make sure that you like and leave a comment. That helps the video out in the algorithm. If you subscribe and ring the bell, it'll let you know when I go live. I stream every day on YouTube and Twitch. You can also follow all of my socials down in the description. And if you want to support me in a more financial manner, there's a join button for membership. It's just 99p to be a member on YouTube, as well as a Patreon, and there's some merch there as well. And hopefully I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.